Hello, Steamboat. How you doing? Got a new show for your viewing. Having breakfast, just keep chewing. And with your support, we'll be cruising. Hello, Steamboat.
After all the jacks are in the boxes, and the clowns have all
What's going on, everybody? My name is Nick Lagorga. I'm here to practice another song for my show on YouTube, Good Morning Acoustics. You can follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Acoustics, or you can give me a like on Facebook at Good Morning Acoustics. Thanks for watching.
Hello, Steamboat is recorded live from the Chief Theater.
Thank you, Rock. Hello, Steamboat. It's me, TC, Captain Tony, to those of you in the back. And I've got my co-pilots here. Greatness. Ulrich Salzgeber, how are you, sir?
Very well.
Roman.
Good morning.
Vote yay for 2A. Where's my boom shakalaka? So I came right at the guys because, you know, I'm a hard-hitting reporter. I said, why would we not vote yay for 2A? You guys couldn't give me one good reason, so tell me why we're voting yay for 2A. Rob, shoot it.
Yes to 2A is an important ballot initiative on the November ballot, and it's the third funding source to help support the AIR program. The first two funding sources are the ski area that comes in at $1.6 million, and then followed by the local marketing district, which charges visitors 2%.
LMD, that's what you...
LMD.
Local Marketing District, okay.
And that generates another 1.6. And this is a third bucket, so it's not the only source, and it's actually the smallest source of the three funding sources to fund the AIR program. So we're just asking everybody to participate to help, you know, secure and make sure our quality of life continues to be awesome here in the Yampa Valley.
Sold on this side. You want to go ahead and give me more?
Sure, and actually this is a reintroduction of a tax that passed in 2011 by 63% of the voters. So, and we've actually made it better. So back then it was 0.25% on sales tax, which is 25 cents, a quarter on every $100 spent. Now we brought that down to 0.20, so 20 cents on every $100 spent. That's a small investment for a huge return. In addition, the Ski Corporation is up there, like Rob just said, from 1.1 million to 1.6 million. So an increase of 45% of their buy-in.
For their bucket.
And this is also going to include a summer component.
Really?
Where the first one was winter only.
Okay.
Summer air is a little bit more challenging to secure.
Right.
But we're definitely going to look at all the options that are out there.
You sold me. I can't, as I asked you when I first saw you this morning, why would we not want to help more people come to our town? I keep hearing tourist town. We've got a people-friendly street right over here, Yampa, right? The People's Street. I cannot fathom why we wouldn't back this.
You know, Tony, not only that, but we have a fantastic facility out in Hayden that is the envy of a lot of other ski resorts. And I happen to be on the airport authority for 17 years and put a lot of time and effort into making that really a premier facility. So we have the room, we have the space, it's very comfortable, and 87% of the people that fly in there say that their choice of the direct flights was vital to them choosing Steamboat to come.
Can you add on any more? 'Cause it's positive.
I mean, again, to go back to, we decreased the amount by 20%. And as Ulrich said, that's 20 cents on every $100 spent. I did the math last night, and that's 1 penny for every $5.
Yeah.
So that's 1 penny for every $5 that you spend that goes to help fund the AIR program. Again, it's not the sole source.
Yeah.
And what this has done is back in 2011, before the original tax, and as Ulrich said, that was 0.25. Now we're at 0.20, so we reduced it. After that original tax passed, we went from 7 nonstop flights to this coming winter, now we're going to have 15. So if you think about that, that means more people are coming to our town, more people are spending money. That's good for our jobs. It's obviously great for our economy. And if you think about also that the city budget is funded, 75% of their budget is funded through sales tax.
Okay.
That's how we pay for our services, our police, our fire, our parks and rec, our roads. This is all stuff that fuels our economy.
Makes home.
Yes, yeah.
That makes
And we
sense.
enjoy a great quality of life here. And also just looking around other mountain communities, we get phone calls all the time from our competitors and other mountain communities saying, how do you guys have such a great public-private partnership between the ski area, the lodging community, and the citizens to make the air program so successful? And we're the envy of other resorts.
I would imagine. So I know you both. How did they get you? Is it Steamboat citizens to ensure air service? Did someone come to you guys and say, hey, can you be a part of this, or were you part of the original group that got together?
I was not part of the original group.
Okay.
I was, after 5 years, that last initiative had a 5-year sunset.
Okay.
And after 5 years, we had enough reserves that we knew we could sustain the program for another 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
2019, spring of, that will be the end of those 3 years.
Okay.
And that reserve will pretty much be on life support. So that's why this initiative is so important.
To get it going before the sunset. We're prepping.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Tony, I've been here 42 years,
Sure.
and I was here when times weren't so good.
Sure.
And so seeing what this program has done for our economy, it was just absolutely necessary for me to hopefully be a part of it.
Absolutely.
I'm really honored to be able to.
How about yourself, Rob? How did they get you to jump on board?
Well, I've been involved with the air program because it's such a vital, important part of who we are as a resort and who we are as a community. So I was involved in the original 2011. Then we looked at it when that expired, and we didn't go forth with the renewal in 2016 because, as Ulrich said, the reserves were at a point where we could sustain the program for a couple years. Mm-hmm. And then just about a year ago, we got back together and said, hey, we need to reintroduce the tax because we want to continue to make sure the program is successful and continues to fuel our economy. And that's when we got together with more concerned citizens and business leaders from all aspects, the banking industry, the retail industry, the food and beverage industry, and a bunch of really smart business people around the room saying, how do we want to structure a new tax going forward? And that's where we decreased it by 20%.
Gotcha.
And we said the ski area is going to have to chip in more,
Yep.
and we're willing to do that. Obviously, we pay our fair share,
Yes, sir.
and then some, and we're happy to do that. And the group, continued the discussions. It got approved and referred to the ballot by City Council, and we're off on running on our campaign. Yay to 2A.
Yes, sir. Now, let me go big picture. You guys just add a new mountain to our pass?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, big picture, do those mountains look around and say, oh, wow?
Yeah, I mean, when I get together with my counterparts,
Yeah.
there's now 14 in the Alterra Mountain Group, much
Congratulations, by the
bigger
way.
portfolio, adding Crystal Mountain up in
That's it.
Washington,
Okay.
Washington State, which we have nonstop flights from Seattle,
Okay.
which is one of the 15 aboard Alaska Airlines, which is going to be great for those folks to come.
That's what I was
come
wondering,
down
that
here.
connection, okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. My counterparts are excited that we have such a robust air program. But when I talk to, my counterpart up in Seattle or my counterpart down in Southern California that runs Mammoth,
Yes.
I'm saying just send all of your season pass holders our way
Come
on those nonstop flights. So,
It's really iconic.
I love it.
Yes.
Iconic.
Yes.
Well played.
Yes.
You still handling the board?
I am.
Okay. So now
Absolutely.
on the real estate side, as I hear people wanting to look, and we know what our real estate industry and the inventory is like right now, how about when people might be coming in to fly in, or they get here, this air vote yay for 2A, We'll help them get back to their hometowns where they maybe moved from or where families are as well. Do you hear any of that?
Absolutely. And, the other thing is, should this not pass, you look at the circumstances that may happen. It will affect real estate prices.
Right. Well,
if people can't get here, if they have a more difficult time of getting here. In addition, they're probably going to, if they can't fly, they're going to have to drive. Well, what does that mean? More traffic in the city. So, the people that land at out in Hayden, they generally use public transportation, the taxi services and the shuttle services, and then once they're in the lodging, they use the lodging shuttles.
Absolutely.
So it actually helps our traffic situation.
Puts it all together. Put a bow on this for me. Anything else that you got to let out there that people? I know it's to me obvious. People, you got to do your research. Someone can't walk up to you and say, "No, this doesn't work." Be cut. Do your research. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes2air.com.
Okay.
Take a look. It has all the facts. This is a really transparent campaign. Everything that they need to know is on that website.
Okay.
And they can certainly tap into any of us for additional questions.
Okay.
Or if they want a presentation.
Yeah.
And it's just absolutely vital to our economy. And there's just isn't a reason that people. We want them to get out there and vote.
Absolutely.
That's a really important
Get out and
piece.
vote.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
No, it's just critically important to continue to enjoy this great quality of life, that we all participate in helping fund the AIR program. It's a very small investment for a giant return, and just vote yes on 2A.
The vote
Yay to
is
2A.
Yay to 2A.
Yay to
Voting,
2A.
Are we November?
Yeah, it's
November 6th?
all mail ballot.
Yeah.
So people will be getting their ballots here coming up here in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
And vote yay on 2A.
Get
Captain
research, get knowledge. Captain, it was a pleasure. Give me some safe
Captain.
flight, safe trip. Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Tony. Captain.
Captain. Hello, Steamboat. Stick around. I got the L train low and Epstein involved. Get out and vote. Do your research. Give me that website one more time.
Yes2air.com.
There you
Two
go.
with the
2
number
air.
2.
Let's-
Yes,
let's-
2.
Let's fly safely out there. Hello, Steamboat. We'll be right back. Thank you, Rock. Hello, Steamboat. It's me, TC.
It's me, Lone Epstein.
My man's back. What's the word?
No word.
No word. What do we got coming up this week for high school football?
Got a game on Friday.
Are we away?
We're home at the middle school.
Whoa. All right. Now, you guys scrimmaged down there one time, right?
Yep.
Preseason? Mm-hmm. Talk to me about the field. Matter to you at all?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're bringing in a big thing of bleachers, so.
For the far side, maybe?
Yeah. And then, so it should be packed, everybody on that hillside. It'll be kind of cool, I think.
Absolutely. That's old school.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. Who do we got?
We're playing Middle Park.
Middle Park. What do you know?
They're a pretty solid team. They lost to Battle Mountain last week. They're a beatable team, though. We should be able to handle them.
Drew Bowers?
Drew Bowers is our quarterback for the rest of the season. Yeah.
How's he doing? Is he
He's
settling
good. Yeah,
in?
he's ready.
He is?
Yeah, we trust him.
I know Harvey was talking about he'd love to see some I want to say better footwork from Bowers. Would you say is his footwork going well?
Yeah, he's still got a lot to do, but we definitely trust him.
Now, how about yourself? Back up to are you full speed yet? You got another day or two here? You're feeling?
No, I was full contact yesterday, so I'm good to go.
Felt good. No tinglings. None of that crap.
No, I'm right back where I started. So
beautiful. Give me a little NFL update. You hearing anything? I know people were firing on Gruden post, let's say press conference a little bit about it was no big deal that Mac's not there, and I feel like he said we're building for the future in so many ways. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's kind of backtracking now that he realized this team isn't all that he thought it would be.
Correct.
Losing Khalil Mack, there's only so many times that you come across a player like that, and there's only 2, maybe 3 of them in the NFL, and that's Von Miller, Aaron Donald, and Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
And the fact when you have a player like that, you got to do everything you can to keep him on the roster. I mean, I'd consider trading Derek Carr before I let Khalil Mack go.
Couldn't it even in my wildest dreams I was seeing Coach Gruden do a Brady, take a little pay cut. I mean, he's got 10 years, right? Isn't that his contract?
Yeah, 10 years, $100 million.
Can I get a little pay cut, Coach, and keep Mac?
It's really not that much money when you think about it, though, because it's $10 million a year. That puts him right kind of mid-level for NFL coaches, and he wouldn't be able to cut enough to
be substantial.
No, the thing is that they had the money for Mac.
Okay, now you're saying they do it, and I keep hearing everyone say they didn't have the money.
They had the money for Mac. They could have had him if they really wanted to. It was all Gruden's decision. He didn't want to pay him that money. So now they have $160 million to go spend on other stuff.
All right, fine. Give me this Darnold update because he's getting all kinds of praise. How are you feeling, rookie?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game on Monday. I mean, it wasn't a great game, but it was good. It was a good game for Sam Darnold. His first pass of his entire NFL career was a pick six, and he bounced back from it big time.
Favre's first pass was a pick six.
Favre's first pass was a pick six. Last year, Kareem Hunt, his first carry was a fumble.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So when you have a player who can kind of bounce back from something like that, it shows a lot of character. I think that it was good on him. They don't have a lot of weapons on that Jets offense, but he was able to find guys like Quincy Enunwa and Robbie Anderson and get the ball rolling. And then the defense with Marcus May and Jamal Adams, that was just unbelievable.
They're on point.
Yep.
Now let me ask you, for the fantasy people, I've been asked to. I don't know how to do this lightly. Ask you about your fantasy team in your first match. You apparently lost to Drew Logic.
Yeah, I did.
Do you want to explain what happened? Do you have any idea what happened? I gave you were concussed, not your fault. You got any explanation as to how Drew Logic could hammer you the way he did?
I had Ben Roethlisberger, who had 339 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he still had 5 turnovers. So that hurt.
Yeah.
And then I had Devontae Freeman for the Falcons. He got hurt midway through the game.
And you had someone else get hurt, they told me?
Yeah, I think I have to look at this really quick. I'll find it.
All right.
But I think that, I'll bounce back. This is the first game of the season.
First game, you'll bounce
I
back?
had Leonard Fournette
Oh, yes.
He got hurt first quarter, so he didn't give me any points. I mean, my team is good.
Yeah, you got some
on
good
paper.
picks.
My team is good.
Okay.
I was just injury ridden. That's really what it comes down to. Doug Baldwin got hurt. He got hurt second play of the game. He had 1 target for 0 catches. He had 0 points.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I know Harvey came at you pretty good via the social.
Well, Harvey's
internet.
mad because he thought the Raiders were going to be good, and I'm always right on the radio.
Pretty much.
In the 90%.
In the easy. Give me fantasy players that are watching our show that want the fantasy minute here, the update. Any pickups? Any hot players that you think, if available, they should draft?
Well, I think that I like Kenny Stills of the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, wow.
He didn't lead the team in targets last week, but he's their deep threat. He's a 4.3 40 guy.
Okay.
He posted 108 yards last week and a touchdown. He's their deep ball guy. Every time they go deep, it's to Kenny Stills.
Okay.
I like him. I also like Chris Thompson for the Washington Redskins.
Okay.
He's not the running back. Adrian Peterson will be the bell cow, I guess, on that team. He's a pass back.
Okay.
But if you have Alex Smith, when he was in Kansas City, he loved hitting Kareem Hunt.
He has.
On
wheel route, wheel route.
Exactly, and that's kind of what Chris Thompson did. He had a nice game. Those two, I would definitely look at.
Okay. How did this Connor guy for Pittsburgh?
James Conner.
Was he drafted high in the fantasy draft?
Because
probably
of
Le'Veon?
Probably not.
Really?
Because Le'Veon wasn't officially out until pretty much Sunday morning.
Okay.
But we don't know how long he's going to be out. He's probably picked up at this point.
Will you give people a little bit? I know if anyone's watching occasionally or catches some ESPN, can you give the quick big picture of what Le'Veon's doing?
Le'Veon Bell so there's this thing called a franchise tag, which every year every team in the NFL gets to tag one player on their team. So then they can't go move to another team. They have to stay with that team for at least one more year.
Is that franchise tag payment set, or does that depend on the team?
It's payment set.
It is.
Yep.
14 mil?
That's Le'Veon Bell's.
Okay.
But the thing about it is that he hasn't signed it yet. He would rather not play than take his $14 million, which is a questionable move, and that's why he's getting a lot of flack from his teammates, because he's not getting anything right now.
Nothing.
He's losing money.
Did he lose
$880,000? He lost $800,000 for not making the flight to the game, and then he also lost another $500,000 for not being at the game.
Wow.
So he's losing about $1.5 mil a week.
We just show up at the game at least, right?
He's losing about $1.5 mil a week, and he doesn't care. The Steelers aren't giving him a new deal, so he said, I'm not signing the franchise tag. I'm just not going to play.
Okay, now I keep hearing people say he might show up week 10.
Potentially. It's definitely potential. We're looking at, I'm hearing right now from my sources, week 6 through 10.
6 through 10.
In that slot.
Okay. And then does he come in and play?
Yeah, he has to play because he has to prove himself to the teams next year, because he's going to be a free agent come 2019. He has to at least prove himself that he's still got it, so he can really get that $18, $19 million a year that he's looking for.
Is he pulling a Flacco then, or is he betting on himself, period? As well as people are saying the lifespan of the running back, a couple years. He's going to be 31 coming up in
Not
4
quite.
years? Or
not in 4 years.
4 years,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So he's looking next year to get that 4-year deal.
Yep.
Maybe ride off into the sunset with that.
Yep.
What do you say to that?
I think that I don't like what he's doing.
You don't?
I don't like they franchise tagged him for the second year in a row. He didn't like that, but I think that you'd rather take the 14 mil than just not, at least play.
Can I get 14? Prove myself throughout the season?
Exactly. Then you might Buffalo or some team like that will give you your 18 million a year.
Raiders.
Potentially, they need him.
All right, give me some hometown Bronco love. What do you think? What did you think of Keenum's stuff?
I liked him. I liked
him.
Yeah, he had three picks, but that Seattle defense is pretty solid, and I liked his mobility in the pocket. That's something we haven't seen.
Seattle defense still pretty solid, even though there's no legion.
It is pretty solid.
Okay.
Yeah. And Case Keenum was able to be mobile in the pocket, which is something the Broncos haven't had in a long time.
Great
long time. So I really enjoyed that. He was able to find Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. Couple mishaps, 3 picks, but that's kind of what happens.
Forced
in the first
those?
game of the
Were those
season.
forced?
There was 1 or 2 of them that were forced,
Okay.
but mostly just good plays on the ball
Sure.
from the defensive end. I like the way the rookies are stepping up.
Oh,
Philip
my God.
Lindsay.
Lindsay, are you down with this kid?
I gotta be honest. I didn't think he'd make the team, and
Really?
he barely made the team.
Yeah.
He was the final cut.
Yep.
He's number 53 on that team.
He's risen up the roster, right?
Yeah, he definitely stepped up. Royce Freeman, who we picked up out of Oregon.
You like this little thunder lightning thing?
He's a bell cow, man.
Okay.
He is. I mean, if you watched Earl Thomas try to tackle him, he was just getting rocked. And I really enjoyed watching him run. I really enjoyed watching these rookies play.
Okay. Give me the defensive side as well. Then, what'd you see on the defense that you liked?
Still elite in my book.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. We shut him off. Von Miller 3 sacks.
Yeah.
Bradley Roby was in there breaking up passes. He's the new guy for Aqib Talib.
Right.
Darian Stewart. Everybody from that old no-fly zone was doing their thing.
Kicking game, special teams, all 3 phases. Are you feeling comfortable?
Yeah, Pac-Man Jones. I really like him at returner. He had a pick there at the end of the game.
Yep.
I really like what the Broncos are doing. We got a tough one against the Raiders because Gruden is known for bouncing back. So hopefully Harvey doesn't make me eat my words and the Broncos can get it done.
Yeah, because it's going to be a tough game.
It will be a tough game because Gruden. He knows what they did wrong last game versus the Rams.
Yep.
And I think they're going to bounce back pretty tough. But if you look, just lock off Amari Cooper.
Okay.
Lock off Jordy Nelson.
Yep.
And then they only got the tight end to throw it to.
Is that why Cook was so big in that game?
Yeah, Amari Cooper had 1 catch because Aqib Talib had clamps on it.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters had clamps on Jordy Nelson. They weren't doing anything. There's no talent outside of Derek Carr. There's no talent.
And you told me the defense is pretty horrible, and I think I saw 96 yards in PI penalties. 96 yards.
Yeah, their defense is awful. Rashawn Melvin was matched up against guys like Brandon Cooks. He was just getting
didn't have a chance.
No.
Let me ask you this: when you guys are playing high school ball, as a cornerback, if your back is to the ball, is the team yell ball when it's in the air?
Oh yeah.
That's just standard, right? We've learned that since midgets.
Because if you don't get your head around, that's a pass interference. You have to get your head around. It doesn't. If you get your head around, it doesn't matter what you do with your hands. But if you get your head around, they're not going to call you.
Yeah.
Because that's fair play because you're both looking at the ball.
So Raiders practice all week. Ball.
That's the first thing you learn as a defensive
We're hearing
back.
Ball. That's Lowen Epstein with the lockup on the sports. Pick up your Steamboat Paladin today for happenings. All right. See what's going down. Friday, middle school. What time's kickoff?
4 o'clock because there's no lights, so it's a day game.
This is Friday lights.
Yep.
We'll call it Friday lights, all right? Let's get there and support them. And I think we got this. Middle Park, I got to see you live. This is going to be good stuff for us. I'm excited for you. And you're 100%. You feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You paused.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get held back a little bit on special teams.
Okay. You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. Lowen Epstein, Tony Counts. Thanks to The Rock, Facebook, YouTube, Chief of the Chief Theater for allowing us to pilfer. You got any thoughts, comments, suggestions, feedback? HelloSteamboatShow@gmail.com. And we'll hit you up and let you know what's happening. Have a great day. Keep it Steamboat. Is it hump day? Huddle?
Should be on the huddle today, yep.
All right. Huddle, 3 o'clock. We're at the Barley. Come down and see us if you need some. Have a great day, Steamboat. We'll see you tomorrow.